Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Praveen Jain, and I will be discussing about Python language, which is used for data analysis in machine learning. I will be using this language, Python language, to import data which is in CSV file and do some analysis on the data and draw various charts using Python language. I will be using Jupyter Notebook to write the program in Python. So let's move on to the Jupyter Notebook. So I will create a new file in Jupyter Notebook. Jupyter Notebook is basically a application which is used to write Python code and run it. So I will be opening a new file, new notebook. This is my CSV file, as you can see on the screen. It has got 14 fields. This this file has got 14 fields. The name of the file is credit underscore risk underscore train data. The first field contains the unique loan ID. Second field contains the gender of the applicant who has applied for loan ID. Third is the marital status of the applicant. Fourth is the number of dependents, 0, 1, 2, or plus 3. Educational qualification next. Then it has got whether the next field is whether the applicant is self-employed or not. Applicant income, co-applicant income, loan amount being sanctioned, loan amount term, credit history of the applicant, property area, and loan status. So these are the fields in my CSV file which I have opened on the screen. So I will be importing this file using pandas library and reading these variables, reading this data and doing some analysis on this. So first of all, the first step to work in Jupyter is to import the libraries. These libraries are pre-written codes which are used for various functions. Some of the libraries which I will be using uh, in my project will be pandas. Next library will be NumPy. Next will be matplotlib. Another library will be C1. Pandas is a library which is used to store the data in the form of data structure. It provides data structure like series and data frames. So I will be importing my CSV file and storing it in pandas data structure called data frame. NumPy will be used for statistical analysis of the data. Matplotlib and C1 are used for visualization techniques. So let's import these libraries. So first of all, I am importing operating system as OS. So this OS library is used to change the directory path and then listing the various files in my directory which is stored in my system. Next, I will install. First of all, we have to install these libraries and then we have to import it. So the command is pip install name of the library, type pandas, shift enter to run the command. After that, I will import, after installing the library, I will be importing this library, pandas, and giving it a alias name, ed. So first we have to import First, we have to install the library and then we have to import the library in the current project. So it will take some time to install it and import it. In the meantime, so this is installed. Now the message is coming, requirement already satisfied. So my first library, pandas, is installed. I have imported it. Next, I move on to the next library. So first of all, I will install the library slash pip install numpy, shift enter to run the command. After installing it, I will be importing the library in my current project. The command is import numpy and I will be giving a alias name np. So second library is installed here as you can see the message. Now we move on to the next library. Install matplotlib. So this is the command to install the library. Matplotlib is the name of the library. Then I will import this library. Give a alias name. The name alias name is PLT. Py plot is a module in this library which is used for plotting the charts. Py plot. So I will import this library as PLT. Next, so I have installed NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. Now I will install, import and install C1. So first I will install the library C1. C1 is another library which is used for visualization for drawing the charts. After that, I will import the library C1 in my current project as SNS. SNSS is the alias name for this library. Now what I have to do, so there is some error there. See, so spelling mistake is there. I will correct the name of the spelling C1. Run the command again. So let's see where my file is stored. So my file is stored in this folder. Desktop Emarticus is the name of one of my folder and this is the folder. So I will copy this path and this is the file. Credit risk underscore train underscore data which I will be importing in my Python project. So I will copy this path and I will use os dot change directory chdir and paste the path. I will use single quotes to enclose the path. Then instead of single backslash, we will put two backslashes. This is the syntax which is required there. So chdir is the command to change the directory. And this is the path where my file is located. So this is the directory path. I will be running it. So this is saying some syntax error. So one slash is left there. So now now I have changed the path to the folder which contains the file. Second step is to read the file. So first of all, let me see, let check the contents of my directory. So the command is list dir. As you can see, these are the files in my folder, and I will be importing my credit risk train data file. So I will take a variable. So name of the variable is credit underscore risk underscore data. This is the name of the variable. Then I will read the file using pandas. So I have given the name pd dot. The function to read is read underscore csv and the name of the file. So I am copying the name of the file from here. Copy and paste in the function. So pd.csv is the name of the function. Pandas mein there is a function called read csv, and this will be enclosed in single quote. Shift enter. So my data is read in this variable. Now let's find the type of this variable. The data, what type of data is there? So I will use the command type to find the data structure of this variable. So the data structure of this variable is, as you can see, in Pandas library, there is one data structure called data frame, which is a multi-dimensional data structure, similar to your Excel, which consists of rows and columns. So now my data is stored in this variable, which is of type data frame. Now let's use some functions to see how many fields are there, what type of data structure, what type the data type of the columns, and the number of records. So first of all, I will be copying this variable from here, credit risk data, pasting it here, and using info function, info. So this function will list all the columns in my file. Okay, you can say my variable and the data type. Like loan ID has got the data type of object. Dependents, married, unmarried, all this have got the data type of object. Applicant income is the numerical variable stored in data type D64. Again, integer. Again, co-applicant income, loan amount term, credit history. All these are numerical data. So now let's find the number of records in my data structure. So the command is name of the variable dot shape. So you get 614 rows and 13 columns in this data set. So there are 614 rows and 13 columns in my data. Next, as you can see, the second column, which is not null count, it shows how many non-null values are there. So my loan ID has no null values in this column. All these 614 records have got the values. Gender column has got only 601 rows which contains not null values. It means that 614 minus 601, that is 13 rows, are empty, are blank in my gender column. Then in case of married, there are 611 non-null rows. It means there are three null values in my row. So first of all, what I have to do, I have to impute. I have to basically fill these null values using by finding the mode in case of categorical variables, and in case of numerical variables, I have to find the median. So let's first of all discuss what are categorical variables. Categorical variables are, or you can see the categorical fields are those fields which contains some limited values, whereas numerical variables are numerical fields are the fields which contains continuous data, like in our case numerical variables. So gender, married, unmarried, dependents, educational qualifications, self-employed, these are all examples of categorical variables in my data set. Property area, loan status is again categorical variable because these contain non-null values. So applicant income, loan amount, term, credit history, these are numerical variables and contains numeric values. So in case of categorical variables, we will find the mode. In case of numerical variables, we will find the median. Mode in the case of, I'm using hash, this one, this character to make it is the comment. Mode in case of, mode is the middle value. Mode comma median are the middle values in the data column. The difference being mode is used for categorical variables and median is used in case of numerical variable. So let us find the number of null values in each column. Number of null values in each column. So the function is name of the variable, or you can say the data frame variable. This one dot is null. Is null is the function to find the null values. Dot sum. So it will find the null values in all the columns of this variable, which is storing my data, and then sum it. So the output shows that loan ID has 0 null values, gender is 13 null values, married, this field has got 3 null values, and so on, as you can see in my data. Another way of finding the null values is using the heat map. Heat map is available in my library SNS, C1 library, and which I have given the ls name SNS. So let's use to find out the null values. So I will be using the short or the alias name for C1 dot. After that, I will use the name of the chart heat map. I will open the sorry heat map. I will open the bracket. Then I will type the name of the variable, credit risk data. Dot is null to find the null values. And then close this function. So this is basically reading all the null values in my variable and then drawing a heat map. So this is the heat map here. So what is the use of this heat map? So let us remove this axis. This is not required. So I will be using plt dot show to remove this comment which was displaying on the top. So what this heat map? So let me adjust the size of this figure also. For that, I will use the matplotlib dot figure function. Inside that function, I will use the fix size command function and assign the width and the height of the heat map. So I'm using 3 comma 3 and closing the brackets. So PLT is basically the alias name given to the matplotlib library which is used for visualization. Then figure is the function name and I'm changing the size of my heat map to 3 by 3. So 3 inches into 3 inches. Shift enter to run the command. So this is my heat map. Now what this heat map is showing, we have got on the x-axis, we have got the field names in my variable and these white spots in the column shows the null values. So basically, wherever it finds the null value, it shows the white spot there. And if there is no null value in that column, it will not show any white spot. So this is another way of basically finding the null values. So now I will basically find the mode for my categorical variables to impute to replace all the null values in my categorical variables in the dataset. So that will be done using so there is a function with the name mode. As you can see here, name of the variable, then inside that name of the column and the mode function. Another way is to draw it using the chart also. So we can see using the chart also. So let's use the chart. First of all, we will be using the chart. So we are moving to, so I will read the value of that variable. So I'm reading it in X. X is the name of the variable. Credit underscore risk underscore data. This is the name of my variable. Inside the data, I will be copying this field. So I'm copying the name of this field, pasting it here. So this is the name of the field, gender, and then I will use is null to find the null values. Maybe a null is not required. So I'm storing this variable, this column in X variable. Now let us see the values which are there. So when I press X, the value shows all the whatever data is stored from the gender column. Now I will use the plot. So let's move on to here. So basically, we are counting the values. How many males are there and how many females are there, and storing it in the variable x. Now let us plot it using a bar plot. So bar plot x dot plot. Plot is the function provided by matplotlib. Kind, basically the type of bar. The chart. So I'm using the bar chart. Color, the color which is used. Let's skip the color right now. Let's draw the chart using this. So this is a simple chart where it gives you how many males and females are there by plotting it on the using the bar chart. So now if I want to fix the size of this chart, I can give the command plt dot figure fix size, and the fixed size figure size is equal to, I will give the width and the height. So now it is 3 by 3, 3 into 3 inches, as you can see here. So this is another way of charting the values in a particular field using the chart. So you can draw it using pie chart also. So if I change it from bar to pie, it will draw the pie chart. Next, I have to find the null values. So the command is name of the variable. Inside that, I will give the name of the field. Name of the field is gender, and then I will use the mode function. So it is showing the mode function. It is showing that the mode is male. So the middle value for the gender column is male. Similarly, I will use this command to find other categorical variables also. So after that, I will go to, so after gender, I have got married. This is another categorical variable. So it has got three null values. So I will find this in mode for this also. So I will change it to married. Name of the field is married. So again, here the model value is yes. Similarly, I will find for other categorical variables. Let's move on to the third one. Dependents. So I will paste the name of the field here. So here also zero dependence. So zero dependence is the model value for this one. Again, I am pasting this command there and I will change the name of the categorical variable. So after dependence, I will find for education and self-employed. So this is your education field. I am pasting it here. Shift enter. So here the model value is graduate. Graduate for education. Again, I will use this function to find for another field self-employed. So I am copying this, pasting it here. Self-employed, the model value is no. Now two more fields are there. Categorical variables. Now this is property area and loan status. So let's copy it here and find the model value for this one. But property area and loan status is no null values, zero null value. So we will not find for that. Now we will move on to the numerical variables, which is your loan amount and then loan amount term. So I am copying the name of the variables from here, loan amount and loan amount sum, and find the median value for that. I am pasting these fields here, commenting these fields by placing hash in front of the field name. Now I will use the command. In case of median, I have to use the numpy library np, which is the alias name for which is np, and I will be using the function nan median. This is the function name nan. Nan stands for non not a number. Nan stands for not a number. So it will find the median values for all the rows which has a number stored in that. And the name of the field is loan amount. So I will be copying this name of the field from here, pasting it here, shift enter. So I should store it in some way. So there is some error there. So what is the error? Zero according to the loan amount. I should loan amount is not defined. Basically, I will give the name of the table. I will give the name of the variable, credit data and credit risk data, and then name of the field inside this square bracket. Now run this command. So 128 is the median value for loan amount. Next, similarly, I will find it for loan amount term also. Not a number, median. Copy this, paste it here, change the name of the field, loan amount term, by pasting it here. So this is np.na median credit risk. Shift enter. 360 is the median value for loan amount term. So let's impute the values now. So first of all, I will replace all the null values in my categorical variable. So the command is name of the variable. After that, the name of the field, gender, dot is na to find the null values. Is na means the null values. So it is basically fill in, not is na fill in. Fill the null values, bracket open, and what is the model value for that? The model value for that is gender is male. So I will replace the model value, null values with male. Then I will type in place is equal to true. Basically, this means that we are replacing the values in this data set itself, not for showing it. So credit risk data, some name of the, so this is the name of the table is basically wrong. The variable is wrong, so I will correct it in 10%. So first I have replaced it in my gender field. Now I will copy it down and replace it for other field also. So let me run the command to see all the columns. So the command is credit risk data dot info. So my second field is married. I will copy the name of the field from here. Move to this part. Fill NA. Married में what was the married? The answer is yes. So I will replace this with yes. Now I will move on to the next field. After that, I have got the categorical variable dependents. Copy the name of the column, paste it here. Now let's see the model value of the dependents. Dependents is 0 and then so we will type 0 here. Hit enter. Now move on to another field. Now dependents, after that we will replace the take the next categorical variable in my data. That is educational qualification. Education is the name of the field. So I will change it to education. Now let's see the model value for education. So the model value for education is graduate. So I will replace it with graduate. Here I will give graduate. Shift enter. So I've replaced the value. Let's go to the next field. Next field is your whether the person is self-employed or not. So I will go here, copy the children. So I will type the name of the variable credit underscore risk underscore data and the bracket, paste the name of the field, dot fill null values, fill in a command with the model value is no, self-employed no. So I will use no, in place is equal to fill. So let's find out how many variables, how many fields in my data are still having null values. So for that again we will run the command credit underscore risk underscore data is null, finding the null values and then totaling it. Shift enter to run the command. So I have imputed all my categorical variables. So there are, as you can see, there are no null values in my loan ID, gender, married, dependents, education. These were categorical variables. So I still am having, so one more categorical variable is there, that is your credit history. So let's replace this also. Credit history. So I will go here. So I will replace this credit history column with 1. Shift enter, null value is none. Again run, let's run the command and check it. Copy this command from here, paste it here. So I've got now loan amount and loan term. These two numerical fields as having null values. 22 null values in my loan amount and 14. And I will replace just with the median of that. So let's go to credit risk data. Name of the field is loan amount. Fill NA. What is the value, median value for loan amount? I think so 126. That is 128. So I will type 128. In place is equal to true. Close the bracket and shift enter. Again, I will copy this command. Now I will, there is some error in the command. Let's check what is the error. Loan amount column. So there is no space here. So let's remove the space in the name. So the next column is your loan amount term. So I will copy the name of the field from here and paste it here. After pasting it, I will run the command. Now let's check whether there are some null values or not after imputation of the numerical and the categorical variables. So I will run the command on this data set, data frame is null sum. So all my null values have been imputed. So let's use the heat map also to do the same. C1, the alias for the C1 dot heat map. Name of the column is so name of the variable is credit underscore risk underscore data and then is null. So because I am using this is null function to find the to draw the heat map for null values only. Shift enter. So this is my plot. Let's again fix the size of the plot. So PLT is the alias name for matplotlib dot figure. Inside the function figure, I will fix the figure size. I will give the width and height. This is my heat map for null values. So as you can see, there are no white spots in any of the columns, so my imputation is complete. No null, no white spots in my heat map means no null values are there in any columns. So this is how we read the data. We find the null values in each of the columns by using the command is null dot sum. Then we find the modal value for each of the categorical variable by using the function mode. We find the median value for the numerical variables, numerical fields, and then we replace the null values by using the fill any command, fill null values. So that is all. As you can see how to impute the data, and then we can find the correlation also between the different variables and do various types of analysis. So I'm stopping here. I hope this video will be useful for you.